Hey friends, how's it going? Wow. So a lot of new faces have been joining our group in the last few days. So welcome if this is your first video with me. I'm Jody Farmer, Superstar Director and one of the leaders of Grit and Grace, and I am so excited that you're here. You're gonna get to know me a little bit. I'm a little bit crazy. I like to have fun. One of my favorite things to do is laugh. Grit and Grace is full of amazing people. And I'm gonna say since COVID, we have really grown as a group, and even in the last 6 months, we've really worked hard on strengthening the community of Grit and Grace. So if you are here, you are part of the family now, you're locked in, we love you, you belong here, get ready, okay? We do things a little bit different here. If you've never been in direct sales, it's gonna be fun. We'll get to that in a minute. If you have been in direct sales and it wasn't a great experience as far as teamwork, I really hope that being a part of Grit and Grace, this entire group of men and women that we have, changes your experience. I am so proud of how well we do to minimize distractions and drama and all of that and excuses, and we really focus on how we can help each other and lift each other up and get to the next goal. Like, everyone has different goals, but we're all one big team, so we're all going to help each other get there. And if your goal is beyond a personal sales, if it's a promotion, you actually can't do that without a team. So it's really important that we keep our team close and moving together and keeping the team working towards the common goal, and we all help each other. So I hope that if you need help, you have to ask. I also am going to say this though, because this is a business. You are an independent consultant. We are all here to help one another, but you have to be willing to help yourself. You have to do the work. All of us will match our efforts to your efforts. So what that means is if you're brand new, and I'm just using this because this is the most current thing on my brain, and you aren't doing that checklist, that first things first checklist, there's really nothing for your upline to do to help you until you do that. Because we're going to go over things and questions that you won't understand because you haven't started at step one. Just like if you were to get hired at a new job, you might have to do a short, training, what do they used to call, like webinar type things. That's kind of what this is, but this is really your business. So the only one it hurts by not doing this is you. So start with that checklist, and then go from there. Cause really that is step one. And then your sponsor will be able to further help you with all of your questions. So as you're going through that checklist, write down your questions, right? Cause you're going to come up with them and you don't want to get to the end and be like, oh, what was I going to ask her? For me, when I'm helping somebody, it's also easiest if you have the list of questions and I can look at them kind of ahead of time, because I'm a visual person. So it's just how my brain works. So seeing the questions ahead of time for me always helps. Plus, I like to write them out and send my answers and go over them with you, so that if you have a brain thing, like if you think like I do, you'd be like, what did Jody say? And you kind of already have a note section of what my answer would be. It's like a great reference. Also, a lot of things I send out in communication, we use the Grit and Grace page. Project Broadcast is a program that I proudly use to make sure that I can serve my customers and my team the best way possible. And so I have 2 phone numbers. One is a business line. It's training. You're going to hear from me. You're going to get updates, reminders, all of those things. You can 100% text me back on that and I will reply to you. You can't call me on it though. It's a texting only line. You can also contact me through Facebook Messenger. And if you already have my personal line, you can contact me through there. I do have business hours, so I try to, I have them for myself and for my family, and you should have them as well. And we can talk about that at a later time. But that doesn't mean that if you think of something, you can't text it to me. May not reply to you until I'm back in my office. And that's what it is. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was that a lot of us just came back from our annual Sensi family reunion. Oh, amazing. It was in Charlotte this year, and it was huge. It was over 6,000 of us. It was hot. and something happened there. I don't really know what it was. Again, it's something you have to experience. But if you didn't go, you might be seeing the effects of SFR just with the way social media has kind of changed, the way maybe your upline and your downline are interacting. The vibe is just different. Like, let's go and do this. So if you've ever thought about it, even if you haven't considered it, I don't care where your brain is in thinking about this SFR, you need to be in Orlando next year with us. And it was July. Yeah, July of next year is Orlando SFR. It's going to be freaking amazing. Make it a plan. Don't say I hope to be there, because hope isn't a plan. If you want something to happen, you have to actually set a goal. Because your goal is SFR. How are you going to get there? You're going to party. You gotta have a goal, and then you have to have a plan. And the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys really quickly about, I'm sorry, I'm kind of going on and on, but this has come up a lot. I would say in the last few months, but the last couple of weeks and then the last 4 days, this topic has come up a lot. And I'm like, must be a reason. So I'm going to talk about it. And I hope it comes out the way I want it to. There is literally a seat at this table for every person, every consultant. You are here for one reason or another. But there are times where people are like, I can't afford to stay with Scentsy. And if that's what you're doing, if Scentsy is costing you money, if you're running this business as a hobby that really is costing you money, then we need to have a conversation, because hobbies cost money, and I don't want Scentsy to cost you money. You can still still run a business on a hobby level, meaning you're not, working it full time, where it's not costing you money. You should be maximizing the benefits as a consultant. You should not be losing money. If that's you over here, maybe it is time that you either reevaluate how you can be using these consultant perks and reach out to me and we'll go over it, or maybe it's best that you part ways and find the consultant or somebody that you've bonded with through Scentsy and become a club customer with them so you receive perks there. But you should not be losing money if you are a Scentsy consultant. Breaking even, sure. Lots of people join for the discount. So if you do $200 PRV in a month as a consultant, and we're going to put that 200 PRV is going to be into what we're going to call a party. It's a collection of orders that we have entered in so that host rewards click in. So now you have become the host and you're the consultant. So why is that great? Because as the consultant, you're making the commission on this 200 PRV collection of orders that you've done. You're also acting as the host. So now you've just earned it, at least at $200, 2 half off items and $20 in free. And you've made $40 to $50 in commission. Nothing has been lost. So if that's something that is kind of been on your mind, you want to know how to make more money, I can show you how to do it. And here's the thing, you guys, don't sit here and listen to this video and say, I'm never going to be there. I'm never going to do this. Well, if you keep telling yourself that, then that's exactly what will happen. I promise. However, if you change your mindset and you change the way you think about everything and you just flip it a little bit, everything around you changes with it. You can make the money that you want. You just have to start somewhere. So let's start with getting active on a consistent basis. Let's start by recruiting your first person. Then we're going to go move to 500, because if you're not doing 500 PRV consistently, it doesn't matter how many people you sponsor, and that's where the money is at. My very first paycheck with Scentsy was $452. Rocked my world. Life-changing money is going to be life-changing depending on whose life it's changing, okay? So if right now things are tight and an extra $100 in your family's budget would make a difference, I would call that a life-changing effect. If you want to do more and all of a sudden you're saving $500 a month because this Scentsy thing was never going to be anything, and now all of a sudden you're bringing in $500 and you're going to put it away for retirement or for vacation or for whatever, I'm going to go with that's life-changing. If you join and you're brand new and you're working hard for this incentive, because let's face it, if you're new, you can rank up faster than anybody else. You have the best opportunity to earn this trip. I'm going to tell you that is life-changing. My first incentive trip changed this small town girl forever. And I have tried to earn every single one of them since. So do not let anyone, including yourself, diminish your possibilities. If you want more, and more can mean anything. If you want 1% more, you have to be willing to do 1% more. So tonight is Thursday night shift. You'll get a reminder about that if you're already in my campaigns. Here's a personal invitation to please get on Thursday night shift with us. As a Grit and Grace member, you actually have access that other consultants don't. Only the team members that belong to the panel and a few other exceptions have the link to get on the live Zoom. The rest have to watch it streaming through Facebook. So if you've already come to Thursday night shift, you kind of know it's really fun. It's a really good time. We have special guests that pop in sometimes. Once in a while, you never know if Heidi and Orville are going to get on. We've had Deb on. Chuck's been on watching. We've just had an author and a keynote speaker as a guest note. Plus our panel they're almost all shining stars. So they're Scentsy rock stars. And we have a great freaking time. It's not just about the money, you guys. It's about the community. It's about the people. There are some people, I just want to add this. I know I said I was going to go. There are people who come to our annual, I'll call it convention. We actually refer to it as Scentsy Family Reunion. So our annual convention every year. They come, even though they are not like these, they come despite not bringing in a ton of money with Scentsy because they're on more of that hobbyist level. And why do they do that? Even though it costs them money to go to that? The people, the fun, the memories, the connections. It's an amazing time. We have an amazing time at Scentsy. I am blessed and I am grateful every single day that I am part of Scentsy. I've never had people in my life where I grew up, in the situation I grew up with, that are like what I have around me here, and I will never let that go. I will protect it at all costs. And I am beyond grateful that you are here and you are part of our Grit and Grace community and you are part of the Scentsy family. I truly hope you set your goals, and I hope you create an action plan and you go after every single goal you set, and every time you set a new one, it's a little bit bigger. Do not limit yourself. You are here for a reason.